What's up, happy people? Welcome. This is episode 7 of my AI Love Affair, and today we've got a tech stack. So, we're going to talk about understanding the 3 different types of AI. It's really important that you understand the concepts behind what's happening with artificial intelligence so that you are not being duped by people that are telling you things that actually are not true. Because there are people that are learning about AI right now and are teaching people right now as well. And that's like a 6th grader learning from a 7th grader. And I want you to learn the concepts behind artificial intelligence and why they're important to you, the business owner, entrepreneur, artist, creative. Come, let's learn. Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to this podcast, My AI Love Affair. Consider this podcast your digital compass, guiding you through the labyrinth that is business growth using artificial intelligence. Running a business as a creative can sometimes be like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But what if you had a secret tool that could align all the colors for you? That is AI. It's like a master key unlocking multiple doors. Thanks for being here. Let's learn. When it comes to artificial intelligence, there are lots of different things that are floating around that are totally not true. For example, people mistake and call ChatGPT artificial intelligence, which it totally is, but it's a type of artificial intelligence. It's a chatbot type of artificial intelligence. And more importantly, it is a chatbot that is a large language model. So there's different types of artificial intelligence, and you got to understand where they fit in and why they are what they are. It's like when you say Facebook is a social media platform, you don't say social media is Facebook. So that's the difference between those two. Okay, let's look at this. There are different types of AI. I've been saying that there are 3 different types of AI. It's like having 3 different types of cars. They get you to a place, but they do different things, and how they get you there are different. So there's narrow AI, there's general AI, and there's super intelligent AI. And I'm going to break each one of these down so you understand what they are. Understanding the different types of AI is like knowing the difference between a bicycle, a car, and a rocket ship. Each one is useful, but they have different capabilities and are used for different things. The impact of this topic is huge for us because understanding it is like finding a treasure map. It can help you find and solve problems that you've had for a long time. It can make work more efficient. It can also help you create really relevant products and services that actually benefit your people. Okay, let's talk about some basic concepts. I want to break down each one of these definitions so you understand what I mean by narrow AI, what I mean by general AI, what I mean by super intelligent AI. And each one of these are important because they define what it actually does. So narrow AI is like a specialist doctor. They know exactly one thing. And you would say that in branding, you would actually go deep down and niche as much as possible. That is narrow AI. Narrow AI is really good at doing one thing and doing that one thing extremely well, like recognizing faces, recommending songs. For example, Siri, Alexa are all narrow AI, and we've had them in our homes for a long time. Why ChatGPT has blown out of proportion is because it's stepping into that next level of AI, and I'll get into that. But another example of a really good narrow AI is a spam filter. It blocks certain emails depending on certain rules, and it's really good at finding those rules and refining itself depending on what kind of incoming traffic you are getting into your email box. And another way of looking at it as well is like a shopping website. When Amazon tells you you might like this product because you bought these products, it's doing exactly that. It is suggesting, and it's very narrow in its capabilities. The next step from here is general AI, or you can hear people talk about this as AGI, artificial general intelligence. And we're talking about getting to that closer, and we are getting there pretty quick. General AI is AI that's good at multiple different things. It can understand, it can learn, it can apply knowledge, it can do it across a wide variety of tasks. And that's why it's getting closer to the way we think and the way we problem solve. So imagine a robot that can cook and clean and do everything, including drive and play chess and help with the homework. that is a very general artificial intelligence based robot. Okay. A self-driving car, being able to navigate traffic, being able to obey rules, being able to save people's lives, being able to think of all those things, that is definitely general AI. And another example is having a virtual assistant that could actually help you reply to emails, do your groceries, do everything that you actually want a virtual assistant to do, but it is thinking for itself, it's prioritizing for itself, and it's able to make really good decisions. That is general AI. And finally, super intelligent AI is where we're getting to. It is like the prime super cut of artificial intelligence. It is pretty much smarter than every human brain. And we're getting there as well in any field. So machines can learn from each other because they are connected. And one machine learning means all machines learn. And when we get to that point, it's going to be super interesting to see how we respond as human beings, because we've always been at the top of the food chain, in the sense we've always been the most smartest of species. And when we get to super intelligent AI, we will not be the smartest of all species. We will be the second smartest of all species. But it's like a computer that could solve the world's most complex problems. We're talking about hunger and obesity on the same planet. We're talking about poverty. We're talking about housing and safe drinking water. We're talking about solving some pretty deep problems. Another example is it could invent new technologies that could reverse some of the things like climate change, rising water levels. It could also potentially understand and learn intellectual tasks that could be way more intelligent than any human is capable of doing. So these are some concepts that I'd love for you to understand. And if these are landing, please let me know in the comments, in the social media posts, or even email me, because I am super keen to understand whether this is important for you and you can actually use this kind of information when you talk about artificial intelligence or when you think about how this works. So there are three concepts that I really want you to understand. One is learning ability, then is flexibility, and I'll get into each one of them, but I'll start with learning ability because you need to understand how artificial intelligences differ depending on these three concepts. The first one is learning ability. What is the ability of the artificial intelligence to learn? Okay. So for example, a very narrow-based artificial intelligence can only learn to play chess. But if it's trying to play another game like poker, for example, it might not be really good at that. That's narrow learning ability. General learning ability, the middle of the different types of artificial intelligence. The general artificial intelligence can learn all board games, for example, and be good at playing all different types of board games. But the learning ability of a super intelligent artificial intelligence can learn without any human guidance, without any interfering. It can learn on its own, solve problems on its own, and its learning ability is top of the line. So that's learning ability. The second concept that I want you to understand is flexibility. What's the flexibility of the artificial intelligence to adapt to new situations and new tasks? A very narrow-based artificial intelligence will only be able to be flexible to a certain level. For example, if it's a language translator, it'll probably only do one language to another. Being more flexible would be that same language translator being able to do, multiple languages and vice versa. But a super intelligent AI would be more flexible and could handle way more intellectual tasks, like even learning from video games by watching other people play it. So that's flexibility. That's the second one. The third one is autonomy. It refers to how independently an AI can operate. Obviously, the super intelligent AI would have highest level of autonomy, while narrow AI would have very little autonomy or low level autonomy. And an example is a vacuum cleaner that goes and cleans your house. It can handle all obstacles and that kind of stuff, but it's very narrow in its autonomy, while a super intelligent AI would be a scientist trying to solve some really complex problems, or a robotics arm with intelligence doing a surgery. That is autonomy. It's on its own. It's allowed to make very life-critical decisions on its own. Okay. So let's talk about how narrow AI apply in everyday devices. So it's used in everyday things like our smartphones, our speakers. We have narrow AI and have been using narrow AI for a long time. It is something that we can totally recognize, from Netflix to Amazon suggestions to our smart phones and watches talking to us. Okay. General AI is used in research, and it is used, well, they say it's largely theoretical, but it's doing some really important stuff right now. When you see ChatGPT and how it's responding to queries, we're getting very close to general AI. It is able to do very cool things like space exploration. It could analyze vast amount of data from the telescope and use that to analyze and discover the universe better. There's so many different types of general AI that could really push the boundaries of what is possible by us, the human race. And then in super intelligent AI, we're looking at problem solving at the highest level, like climate change. And we're looking at changing humanity and making sure that there's no hunger on this planet, or making sure poverty doesn't exist, or making sure that people have homes to live in. This is super intelligent AI at the highest level that could solve some pretty important problems and global complex problems. Now, I love that you're here. If you want the slide deck and all the links that I've mentioned in this episode, go join us in Discord. We have a community of AI geeks that are hanging out there. And for all the show notes and previous episodes, future episodes, go to myailoveaffair.com and subscribe to us on all the major platforms. Find us on YouTube as well. And I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. And as always, love what you do and do what you love. Hey, AI geek. Thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI geeks by going to aigeeks.co/Discord. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.